Oh, I assume that the little fluffy looking thing is cotton.
Yeah? Yeah.
Okay. So I remember someone telling me that the saddles are centered on 3 blocks rather than 4 blocks. So
Yep.
it makes building with them a little bit more convenient sometimes.
The one thing is the saddles have considerably less connection points. Like, there's a maximum number of bearings you can connect to a seat, and the saddles just have less.
Right. I get you.
It's a bit of a letdown. But yeah, I'm trying to go find cotton, or I was trying to go find cotton, but then I figured I'd come back and help out with the crops. But you had that handled, so
yeah, it wasn't too difficult. Drop off these crops, I think. That being said, I think I'll hold on to them just in case. Kind of want to expand this so that I've got effectively kind of two little areas for walks in here. It's gonna be marvelous, really. Because this has to be the test. Can it, having more walks, does that improve the speed of it?
Does it increase the speed? And if it does, is it a linear growth, or are there diminishing returns?
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine it. I'm assuming there's some kind of speed limit on how fast the walks will collectively move your vehicle.
One would imagine, but
it'd be pretty funny if there was exponential walk speed. Are you much of a D&D guy? I think we talked about this a little bit, that you've done some tabletops.
I dabble in it, yep.
Did you ever hear of the peasant railgun?
Oh, yeah. I think everyone who's played D&D has used the peasant railgun. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
I want to play a game where that's possible, like just abusing free actions, and it turns out it's a very legitimate strategy they designed for. Have yet to really... I mean, XCOM Chimera Squad is maybe one of the closest I can think of.
I mean, yeah, I suppose with Talk, for example, and her bind, that's a pretty crazy free action.
I just had the thing that lets me give, like, who designed these roads? No one should drive on them. So unsafe. I just know by, like, the end of my playthrough of Chimera Squad, I was using AP boosters and, like, a bunch of other things to effectively just disregard turn order, and I'm pretty sure the final boss never even got to shoot me. He ran and hid behind cover, and then I just destroyed him on his the next immediate turn, because I just taken so many actions before him and just nullified all challenge. And I was pretty cool with that because it was fun. Yeah,
I'll be honest. I know some of my views are pretty staunchly anti-Chimera Squad, which is a shame in my opinion, because I'm having quite a lot of fun with it. I realize it's not XCOM, but I never really treated it as XCOM, you know?
I think it's honestly, it's my second favorite XCOM. I think we talked about this, that I really liked Raving Rabbids. The Mario Kingdom Battle one, as opposed to, I don't know, I think a lot of people actually liked that one. Yeah, it's a good work. But the one thing that I did get a bit disappointed by is that, after you finish the first 2 chapters in that game, you know, the first 2 leaders, then the game just you kind of want it just to be done, because you're just spinning your wheels, waiting to be finished.
Oh, really? Well, that's a shame.
I finished the research tree, more or less, at that point, and I was just sitting there being like, alright, let's just do mission, get me out of here. I wanna finish this off. And I was kind of taken aback, because I was like, oh, that's a bad mentality to have. No. keep seeing what I think is an autumnal forest, but I don't see any cotton in it.
And then walks. I've got a job for you. Oh, that one already knows what's coming. It understands. It just walked into position. It's like, yeah. So I go here and I get food. It sounds like a good thing
You get
to
food
me.
eventually.
That is agriculture. The food getting is not. Come back. Go back this way. Good. Stay there. I mean, of course, I would like to have the walks free, more like an actual wagon would, like kind of hook them up sort of thing, rather than literally building them into a block. But the problem with that is that move your big walk back over there. No, oh, what? They appear to be larger creatures than I had first known. Right, okay, well, that's good enough, I think. Right, let's pop that there. You, over here. No, the other way. No. Aha! Perfect. Stop. No, don't. It's not meant to go that way yet.
Are your walks over eager?
They are, yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, that's a bad.
No, go the other way. Other way, yeah. Oh. It's kind of good. But one walk that wants to go there. The other one that's not going in the same direction, and this is causing problems that I hadn't anticipated.
Oh. So one of them is really interested in the corn, and the other is passively interested in the corn.
Yeah, I think they're both oh no. No, you've missed out now, Walk. You can't get back on the wagon. You neglected your duty already. I mean, it does kind of want to get in, which is actually kind of sweet. What I need is a way of braking. This is not something that I had anticipated. I need a switch or something that can do. Yeah, I definitely need a controller. Something that I can use to deploy.
I will have a spare one as soon as I've got some cotton.
I'm thinking, yeah, something that can deploy like some sort of legs or something that would prevent the walk from getting from pushing this anymore. That would increase the friction. Yeah, I've made this too narrow to increase the room that the walks have.
Yeah, if I can. Oh, cotton. Yes, got it. Oh, that's a lot easier to get to.
Why are those not working? I don't appear to have... Seems to be like a block missing. Oh yeah, the walks definitely understand getting as close as they can to the corn and then just basically stopping. Like, you know what? You did so well. Here you go. Enjoy. As I crush you. Just trying to get to the other one. Go on then. Oh! Whoa! Okay, so I've learned something today.
Okay.
Walks are literal piñatas. Piñatas.
Did you hit one with a hammer?
No. I in an attempt to feed one of the walks, and thanks for its service, I may have lowered my vehicle onto it, and yeah.
Oh, you popped a walk.
It popped, yeah. The walk popped. It was a popping walk.
I mean, they're filled with nothing but corn kernels and milk, and not much else. So,
How is this possible for such a creature to exist?
massive amounts of bioengineering. It has no organs. It's just stomach.
That walk is a bit too clever. It went around. Damn it. I need to push you into position. I want to see if the walks will naturally kind of move into the right position. Because this is integral to my hopes for like a Conan style gear setup. There we go.
The wheel of... Is it called the Wheel of Pain or something like that?
Something like that.
Did you play much Conan Exiles, or no, not really?
No, I didn't really play much Conan Exiles. I can't say I did. Oh, this walk is having a bit of a hard time getting out of there.
It was like simultaneously one of the better survival sandbox games I've ever played, and also like one of the worst. Because I think it was designed to be an MMO, and you're supposed to put like a lot of time into it, like Rust.
Yeah.
But like, they gave it such a weird like grind curve that it half the time just was not worth putting in the time, and it was kind of tragic because it was just like, hey, you know, the building actually looks really cool. There's some neat features. You can get like NPCs and stuff to defend your base. Oh, wait, you mean like no one's ever going to attack you unless you're playing PvP with other human beings? Well, that kind of just locks off like half this tech tree in terms of usefulness.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it was designed to be an interesting tower defense kind. Well, not even tower defense, but an interesting defense game for AI. Against humans, so little of it mattered. So little of it mattered.
But the AI never attacked you. It was like you'd have to go out and fight them, and that was kind of that. But like, they wanted it to be Rust, but they kind of gave it still like the PvE single player idea. I don't know. I guess whenever I play like Rust or even Battle Royale games, I think, man, how cool would this be if they actually just redid it so that everything else was AI, so I didn't have other human beings to fight.
Yeah. No. You need to be over there.
They never designed it that way. Oh, right. There were purges where the AI would attack you. I remember it. That was like super brain dead.
Two walk power does not seem to have realistically improved things over one walk power.
Well, this is bad.
What's happened?
Ooh, this is gonna be a long walk. Oh no. Well, I died.
How?
I was fighting in one of those buildings, but because of the latency, I got like jammed up against a corner.
Oh no.
And yeah, I got fork-botted by two of them at once, which is normally lethal to begin with. It's super lethal with netcode issues. So now I'm very far away from my stuff.
I will try to help.
You know what? It's probably fine. That's why I was getting the cotton so I could strap a bed to my vehicle. And I got brave because there was like one building that I've cleared it before. It's not that big of a deal, right? Oh. It's fine. I'll just walk up and then walk there.
Right to you.
But one of the things they rebalanced is to prevent you from just dying and respawning with like half food. They made it so you spawn with maybe 25% food now.
Okay. Yeah, that was actually something that happened a lot in in 7 Days to Die.
This is just
When we
accepting
were-
death, starting over with.
Yeah. When we were playing multiplayer, one of the players, Leafing, one of my mods, would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting hungry and thirsty now. Well, guess it's time to convert myself into blood bags." And they would just use the blood draw kit over and over and over until they died.
Yep.
Make loads of blood bags and then respawn with, all of the things again. And he's like, I can't help but feel that this is not exactly what the devs had in mind. Yeah, I think having the walks pushing it from the outside instead of directly in the middle does not help. Maybe the suspension is the problem, I don't know, but I would have thought the suspension would help, not make it worse. If I put my chat is saying to put the corn straight on, but when I do that, the walks, I can't seem to get them to. When there's two of them, they seem to just like want to go for one of the corns instead of the one closest to each. It's annoying. That does seem to be helping a bit. Only I'm now moving faster than the walk because I'm going downhill.
I wonder how far you could fling a walk, or if they're not really particularly bound to physics.
You think about a walkapult.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can imagine it, this is one of those games where you can probably build it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm done with my walk wagon. I need to move the design back to the original one walk. I think that was the peak walk wagon, really.
Anything
Peak
more is
wagonage.
just extra effort. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we should try the walk-powered boat.
Yes. Now that is definitely something worth looking into.
I'll
And in
be-
fact, it would be much the same design, really, when you think about it.
Yeah,
But
just
wood
make sure
floats.
it's floating. As soon as I get my stuff back, I will come back, because I finally found cotton.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I
Also-
wish. Speaking of 7 Days to Die, I wish more games had that level of like base defense. Like every X days,
Yeah.
enemies will come along and try and break your stuff. Like I know they're kind of trying to do that with the robots trying to break your corn here, but I feel like the defense potential isn't quite there yet. Like we need more stuff to actually be able to fight them, and it's just
Yeah.
a little too janky.
Well, I think the big difference is that obviously with 7 Days to Die, it was a survival game first, and then the kind of engineering bits were added on afterwards. With this, it's the exact opposite. It was an engineering game first, and survival, while it was probably always an intended part of the game, that was very much something that was tagged on after they'd already started to get some meat onto the engineering bones, if you will. Oh, apparently, someone in chat is saying that walk do swim.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody had said that earlier, which I was thinking, walk-powered boat?
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. When I was talking about do walk float, that was pretty much what was going through my mind. If we can get... Now, does wood float in this? If you make
Yes.
a wooden frame. So,
Yeah,
so
my car would float if I didn't have the stone on the bottom and the resource collector on it. So you could actually just have a pretty basic wood platform, and it should float. I think there's some like plasticky things you can also make that will also float pretty well. Or you could raid one of those like kind of scrap towns filled with all the rotting vegetables. Those should also be fairly viable loot-wise. Or not loot-wise, float-wise.
I think this is very much a good idea. We should be able to make a walkboat then. Man, can be able to mine this stream for some hilarious content. Walk wagon, a woat. It's gonna be amazing.
So have you picked up editing more then? Because I always thought you also were kind of in the same boat as me, where you only edited so much.
Yeah. I mean, increasingly, there's this kind of split, I guess, between some content I just play, and it's very light editing. I do a little bit at the beginning, do a little bit at the end, sort of to clean up the footage, you know, the fade in, the fade out, that sort of stuff. And then some of it I get a little bit more heavily into it. It's a skill that I am developing rather than I have.
Yeah, I'm afraid to start that process myself because I don't really have editing.
It does take a lot
chops.
of time.
Yeah. And that time aspect is scary because it's just like, how much time am I going to sink into this, and will it be worth it? And the answer is always, I have no idea.
Well, yeah, that's the long and short of it. Really, is you don't know if it's going to be worth it. So that's a big part of where the scariness of it comes from, I suspect.
I have a like, I don't know. I don't know if you have. What would it be? It's not a checklist. It's like, if I get to this milestone or do this thing, I'll kind of reward myself by doing whatever. And so one of my milestones that I'm still kind of far away from is like hire an editor part-time and just chuck footage at them and be like, make me funny. Like, obviously I have an idea in mind, but you know, try and have kind of the hybrid.
Yeah, I mean, it's that way with me and quite a lot of my art assets. That's pretty much it. It's, once I was at a point where I was no longer worrying about money, it was something I was really, really happy to be able to do to start contracting people to do that sort of thing. Editing is one of these things though that I've always worried about. I'll be honest, it's yeah, pretty much. It's handing it over. Because I definitely don't think that my particular style of content is suitable for the sort of like, you know, crazy fast jump cuts and all of that sort of thing, and what you see some people do, and I've had editors contact me and say, oh, here's my portfolio, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think your style of editing and my style of content are necessarily going to get on.
I think that's true for a lot of things, though. I find most editors that try and approach me are usually people that are just looking for work and not because they actually would be a good fit.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, you know, they're just networking the same as anyone else, same as the next person, just trying to get out there, get their name out and all that. I mean, I don't, like, I don't get frustrated with that sort of thing or anything like that. But I very much, I do look at it and I'm like, I'm not sure that this would work.
Yeah, I just remember applying for a lot of jobs back when I was, trying to get a job in the games industry as an artist, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to just, like, try and apply for EA's, like, MLB 2000 whatever the heck. You know, baseball is so outside my wheelhouse, I'm not going to bother applying, and so it always is a little weird when somebody, like, approaches me. It actually is real weird when somebody approaches me being like, I could redo your entire channel art, and I'm like, hey, I've looked... You are not capable. I know
even
that's
actually spent enough time looking into this person before suggesting to redo all of their.
Like, I oftentimes it is somebody that is like still a college student or a high school student that can do those like kind of new agey like name plus like I wouldn't call it smooth graphics. I don't even know how I would necessarily describe the art style, but you know, they all kind of do that I'm gonna call it the Call of Duty streamer, you know, slick, hyper modern, but no personality or like really unique identifying style to it.
Yeah, I know the stuff you're talking about. Yeah,
and so yeah, I always get approached by those people, and I'm just like, I hand draw everything. I went to art school. I mean, it's fine, but I feel like I always feel insulted because they're like, I can do it better than you, and I'm like, no, you can't.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. It's like, well, know your audience, really. You don't go to an artist and say, yeah, I can redo all of your art. Like, There we go.
I'm gonna leave. Let's see. Some resources behind here. As a marker for where... Sorry, I'm going to leave some resources behind as a marker for where the cotton is.
Okay.
We're just going to have a bunch of death bags all over the map. Which is a little grim.
Fair.
But...
I mean, it works, so...
Yep.
Hello, it's like you knew I wanted you here. A little walk. If you could not explode when I do this, that would be grand. Perfect.
Fight me. Fight me. What the... One of the fork bots just perpetually backing up away from me. It's like it's scared. I mean, it should be, maybe, but... Just awkward. I kept trying to hit it and kept backing off. And it's like, no, stop that.
I am taking my probably not buoyant enough car over to the water, powered by a walk. Let's make it a bit of a larger surface here, though. There we go. I'm hopeful. Oh, we're gonna start pushing the walk now, aren't we? Yes, we are. I'm hopeful though that there's not gonna be some shenanigans once we get into the water where the walk basically ends on the surface of the car and can easily reach all the corners.
Well, I mean, if you make the car, if you make the walk chamber tall enough, hopefully that shouldn't matter.
Ah, damn it! The walk is underneath. Ah, the walk has got the cord. Damn it! No. Come back here, walk. I'm gonna need to persuade this walk around. Ah, okay. The walk does indeed swim, but much lower than the car. Yeah, I need to make the walk chamber larger.
So, the walks aren't swimming so much as just drowning real slowly.
They are far, far lower down the car, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of work to get the walks to stay within the bounding area that I wanted them to. Well, up you go. Can I make you go up? Can I push you up? I can. Okay, that works. It seems that they don't really react to. They don't. Well, I don't know. They might actually be sinking. I can't quite tell. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's working.
You mean it's walking?
No, it's voting. Come on. Over there. There we are. You see it now, don't you? Yes. However, I have realized a stunning flaw in my plan. I have no rudder.
Oh, hey. Guess who just found a prisoner?
What?
I found a prisoner.
There are prisoners in this game?
Yeah, they're prisoners. You need them to buy potato guns.
That seems unethical, at the very least.
I mean, it's not my prisoner. I'm rescuing him.
Mm-hmm.
And trading him for firearms.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
This is not making you sound any less diabolical, Wanda.
Look, you're the person with the cannibal in your RimWorld playthrough.
What?
I am
That's
beyond
just
reproach.
not wasting food.
Well,
Those
I have
people
a
are
man in a
already
cage
dead.
that cannot be freed unless I sell him. So, this is called not wasting resources either.
Yeah, but what if he doesn't want to be sold? The dead person
I mean, he's
no longer has an
constantly-
opinion.
He's constantly calling for help, so either he knows what my plans are for him, or...
I mean, this walk is actually pulling my little wooden
Also,
car
you-
across the lake.
You are the guy with the living animal powering his vehicle.
Hey, in return, it gets food.
Rarely.
As often as I get hungry. It gets food, I get milk. It happens quite frequently. We're living in symbiosis. This is a beautiful relationship between man and nature.